Hey guys, we are live. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Spencer from SB Mind Body Balance coming at you with another live emotion code healing session. So I'm super excited about today. We're going to be working with some stomach pain or like a little bit of a knot in the stomach. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to make sure that my guest is going to be on the call or on the Facebook Live with us. So I'm just going to go make sure that we tag her in this so she can see everything. Let me just make sure. Let's see here. So boom. Okay, so I added her in there. So hopefully she finds it really nice and easy and finds it well. Let's see here. All right. So thank you once again for joining me today. So today we're doing something called the emotion code. So, a lot of you, if you've seen my videos before, we do this modality called the emotion code. And what is the emotion code? So the emotion code is an energetic healing modality. It's kind of like, if you want to compare it to something like bioenergetic synchronization technique or thought field therapy or Reiki, it's kind of along those lines. But it's actually one of the most advanced healing sessions or advanced healing modalities that are out there, if not the most, other than maybe the body code, which is level 2. But what is the emotion code? It's developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and it's the idea that throughout our lives we have different experiences where we experience different emotions, and what happens is either they are extremely overwhelming so that our body just has no idea how to process it, or we're already kind of overwhelmed at that point, and even the slightest emotion that kind of comes through, it can actually get trapped because our body's already kind of imbalanced at that time anyways. So what happens is our body can't process that emotion fully, and it creates this little ball of energy. My webcam's a little bit different this time, but it creates this little ball of energy about the size of a baseball to about the size of a melon. And what happens is it kind of gets lodged somewhere in our body, and what it does is it starts to disrupt our energetic field. Now, in quantum physics, they've proven that energy affects other energy. So if you look at us as beings, really we're just, here, let me make sure I actually have her in here. I think I might have messed this up. There we go. Maybe I'll do it right this time. Okay. So what happens is our entire being is energy. Everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. If you look at your hand, it looks pretty solid, right? But if you zoom in further and further and further with different instruments, basically what happens is hey Jennifer, thanks so much for joining. The further you zoom in is you'll eventually get to see the cellular level. You'll look at it and it looks like a distant planet, and as you keep going, you see protons, neutrons, electrons, and if you keep going to the very base level, really all that is just different vibrations. It's just different frequencies. So with that, if this little ball of energy gets trapped somewhere in our body and starts to disrupt our field, it can kind of start to really play a role in different ailments we have, different mental challenges we have, whatever you want to call it. So today we're going to go through and we're going to find out what those are. So we're going to look and see if there's any trapped emotions contributing to this knot in Jennifer's stomach. So thank you so much for being on today, Jennifer. I really, really appreciate it. It was really, really cool. We were talking earlier and she was saying how she's thinking about going to see a specialist about this, but she figured she'd want to give this a try first just to see, because it's been going on for a little while. So if you want to throw in the comments there, maybe just how long this has been going on for. And also one thing I totally forgot to ask Jennifer, how young are you? Just because it's nice to kind of get a baseline, so that we can kind of figure out exactly a half point. It makes it a lot easier for finding an age. So what I'll do here is I'll share my screen. Boom, there we go. So now you'll see on the left side here, we have this chart of emotions, and on the right side is kind of our little note-taking sheet. Hey, Cheryl, thanks so much for joining. So this is all this here. So years now. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this up here. So you've had it for years and you're 36 years young. Awesome. So let's see here. That should make things simple. Okay, so and you being on this thing, obviously you're giving me permission to be able to work with you. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be connecting through you via proxy or distance healing. So because clearly, you're not in the same room as me. You're somewhere else. Actually, if you want to put in the comments, if you feel comfortable, you can actually, if you want to just kind of throw in where you're from, so then that way kind of people get an idea. I'm from Victoria, BC, or that's where I am right now. So people can kind of have an idea that this is really limitless. You can take this anywhere across the world, maybe outside, who knows? Further or more on that later. Anyways, so let's get right into this. So what I'm going to do is in the emotion code, what we do is we do something called muscle testing or applied kinesiology. So the way I do this, the method that I use is something called the ring in ring method, where basically you take your fingers like this and you put them inside like this and you interlock them. And when it says, give me a yes, it's like your fingers give a clear yes response because they're strong and it stays together. But when it says no, they actually just fall or come apart. So it's a really, really cool way, because when you're saying a true statement, it's like your subconscious is saying, yep, that's true, therefore you have strength. Versus if you have Southeast Florida, cool. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, and in Ohio, sorry, very, very cool. So when you say give me a yes, it's like a strong response, and when you say no, it's like your subconscious is saying, oh, I don't like that. That's not an appropriate response. So you get weak, and it becomes you get a no response to that. So you can really ask your question, or you can ask your subconscious mind questions regarding what emotions are trapped in your body, because your subconscious mind knows literally everything that's ever happened to you ever since you were a little baby and beyond. And it remembers faces in a crowd. It remembers every single incident that's ever happened to you. Even if your conscious mind doesn't remember, your subconscious mind knows exactly what's going on. And even if there's something that you think was totally dealt with consciously, subconsciously, it's like, no, there's still some stuff here we got to sort out. So we're gonna sort out some of that stuff today, and we'll see what happens. So first and foremost, what I always like to do, Jennifer and everyone that's watching, I always like to do a 5 to 10 seconds of silence just to kind of ask for help from above. So if people want to throw in like a little prayer emoji or something like that, we're just going to take 5 or 10 seconds just to kind of ask for help and really hope that this heals Jennifer in the best way possible. So let's just do that now. Awesome. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Let's get to it. Jennifer, are you ready? All right. So let's see. So give me a clear yes. Give me a clear no. Can I be a proxy for Jennifer? Yes, I can. Give me yes. Give me no. And I know you guys can't really see this. My mic is kind of in the way. So normally I'd be going like this, but I'm just going to do it off camera here. But so let's see. So give me a clear yes. Give me a clear no. Are there any trapped emotions that we can release right? Or actually, so give me a second. So can I be a proxy for Jennifer? Yes, I can. Yes, give me a no. My name is Jennifer. My name is Spencer, and my name is Jennifer. Okay. So if I go, my name is Jennifer, my name is Spencer, and they break apart. So cool. It's if you kind of want to imagine like a little thread coming out of me going to like some sort of universal consciousness, and then a little thread that goes back to you, Jennifer. Your permission is kind of like me being able to log on to that connection with like a Wi-Fi password, so to speak. And then I can actually, when I do muscle testing on my end, I actually get responses based on your subconscious. So I'm actually kind of like taking on your subconscious temporarily. But yeah, so let's get right into this. So give me yes, give me no. Are there any trapped emotions that we can release right now from you, Jennifer, that are contributing to this knot in your stomach? Yes. Okay. So give me yes, give me no. How many trapped emotions are there? Yes, is it less than, yes, is it less than 5? No. Is it more than 5? Is it 5, 6, 7? Is it 8 emotions? Okay. So let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go through and we're going to find all these emotions kind of one by one. And then what I'll do is I'll find an age associated with it. So, and if you find that the age, associates or makes sense, you can feel free to say something in the comments and just say, yep, that makes sense. You can share a story if you want to. You don't have to get into very much specifics. You can just say, yep, that makes sense, or no, it doesn't, or whatever it is. The cool thing is, like I was saying before, is we're bypassing the conscious mind. So even if your conscious mind doesn't remember, your subconscious mind know exactly what that is. So we'll go through, and then I'll throw the question back to you. And then I'll just keep working through these and finding an emotion and finding an age as we go. So let's see. So give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. So the first emotion, is it in column A? Give me, is it in column A? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it 4 through 6? Give me, is it row 4? Is it row 5? So it's column A5. Give me no. Is this inherited? No. Give me no. Is it blaming? Is it dread? So dread, feeling like you just really don't want to do something, whatever that is. Let's see. So give me no. When did this dread get trapped? Give me no. Was it before the age of, so you're 36, we'll say like roughly half is 20. Is it before age 20, before age 15, before age 10, age 10, age 11, age 12, actually. So at age 12, I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things that we could be dreading at age 12. I don't know if there's anything in particular that, jumps out at you there, Jennifer, but I'm going to ask the question, do we need to know anything else about this dread before we release it? And the answer is no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fancy schmancy magnet and basically in our body, we have this thing called the governing meridian. So it runs from the top of our lip all the way up our face, above our head, and all the way down our back to about our tailbone. And the way I like to think of this is it's kind of like the magnetic strip on a debit card. So if you've ever taken a debit card, it has that little magnetic strip. If you've ever taken a magnet and kind of swiped that along a debit card or a credit card, it actually wipes the information and deletes the information from that card. So what we're in effect doing here, and if you kind of pretend that the governing meridian is our debit strip, what we're doing is when we find an emotion, it starts getting your body kind of vibrating in that resonance and that frequency, and then we can cancel it out and delete it by swiping over the governing meridian. So it's very, very cool stuff. So let's see. So give me yes, give me no. Do you need to know anything else about this dread before we release it? No. Can I release that? Yes. So let's just release this trapped emotion of dread. Give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. Did we release that dread? Yes, we did. Good. Give me yes, give me no. So the second emotion, is it in column A? Is it in column B? Oh, and thank you so much. I don't even remember where I stole it from. I want to say Michael Lazier or Lachier. I can't remember. I can't pronounce his name, but Emotion Code Practitioner writes the book, The Law of Attraction, is his major book. But let's see. So give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. So second emotion. Is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2? Is this inherited? No. Is it failure? Is it helplessness? Is it hopelessness? Is it lack of control? So lack of control is this emotion. Basically feeling like you don't have any control over a situation. I guess I'd say pretty self-explanatory, but let's find out when that occurred. So give me yes, give me no. Was it before the age of 20, before the age of 15, before the age of 10, before the age of 5? Was it age 5? Was it age 6? Was it age 7? Was it age 8? So age 8. I don't know if that rings a bell for you, Jennifer. But let's see. Give me yes, give me a no. Do you need to know anything else about this lack of control? No. Can I release it? Yes. Okay, so let's just release this trapped emotion of lack of control. Give me yes, give me no. Did we release that? Yes, we did. Give me yes, did we release that? Yes. So the third emotion, give me yes, give me no. Is it in column A? Give me yes, give me no. Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it 4 through 6? Is it row 4? Is it row 5 again? Is it row 6? Give me yes, give me no. Is it humiliation? Is it jealousy? That's fun. Maybe not. So when did this jealousy get trapped? Give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. Was it before the age of 20? Before the age of 15? Was it age 15? Was it age... Jealousy at age 16. I don't know. You tell me. Is there anything else that you can, or is anything that rings a bell there? Do you need to know anything else about this jealousy? No. Can I release that? Yeah. So let's just release this jealousy at age 16. Give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. And yes, it is very interesting. Absolutely. So let me see. Yes, did we release that jealousy? Yes, we did. Good. All right. So give me yes, give me no. So the fourth emotion here. Yes, give me no. Is it in column A? Yes, column A. Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2? Give me yes, is this one inherited? No. Is it anxiety? Is it despair? Disgust, nervousness? Actually, give me yes, is this one inherited? Or I think I already asked that. So it's despair. Despair. When did this despair get trapped? Let's see. Give me yes, give me no. Was that one before age 20? Teenage years. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. as far as the whole jealousy thing goes. So let's see. So, when did this despair get trapped? Was it before the age of, before the age of 20, before the age of 15? Is it age 15? Was it age 16? Was it age 17? Was it age 18? So age 18 and despair. So despair is kind of like feeling like you can't be comforted. It's like a complete loss of hope kind of thing. So I don't know if that rings a bell for you around age 18. You don't have to get into super details. You can just say yes or no, or not say anything. It's totally up to you. But let's see. Give me a no. Do we need to know anything else about this despair? No. Can I release that? Yes. Okay, let's just release this despair at age 18. Give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. Did we release that despair? Yes. Give me yes, give me no. So the fifth emotion, column A, yes, give me no. Is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3? Row 1? Is it row 2? Is it row 3 this time? So B3, is this one inherited? No, it's not. I guess, give me no. Is it confusion? Is it defensiveness? Is it grief? Is it confusion, defensiveness? Is it grief? So grief. The grief is like, okay, perfect. So it makes sense. Awesome. Okay. So I'm not super crazy. Well, I'm pretty crazy, but that's okay. Okay. So we found grief. So grief is like either a loss of some kind, or it could be almost like harassment, like someone's giving you grief. So let's see when that got trapped. So give me yes, give me no. Was it before the age of, yes, give me no. Was it before the age of 20? Before age 20, before age 15, 15, age 16, age 17. So age 17, I don't know if that rings a bell for you. Wow, lots of that 16, 17, 18 years there. Do we need to know anything else about this grief? No. Can I release it? Yeah. All right, let's just release this grief at age 17. Give me yes, give me a no. Did we release that grief? Yes, we did. Good. Give me yes, give me no. So the sixth emotion, is it in column A? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it 4 through 6? Grief. Oh, okay. Wow. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, perfect. Sometimes you never know, but it's always interesting to see what comes up. And the cool part about this is you can be as private or as open as you want, right? Like we don't have to get into the nitty gritty. If there's something you're thinking about, we can actually check and see if that's what it is you're thinking about, or if it is what it is that's contributing to it. But that's so cool. Where was I? I don't even remember where I was. So let's see. So give me yes, give me no. So the next emotion, give me yes, give me no. Is it in column A? Is it in or do we release that grief? Releasing this grief just in case. Yes, give me no. Okay. So the sixth emotion, give me yes, give me no. Is it in column? Guess you know. Is it in column A? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2? Is it row 3? Give me yes, give me no. Is it crying? Yes, give me no. Is this one inherited? Oh, there we go. Give me yes, give me no. Is it inherited crying? Inherited discouragement? Inherited rejection? Rejection. That's always good. I know that's not very fun. So inherited from who? So what's really, really cool with the emotion code is that when we start getting into things like inherited emotions or shared emotions or whatever it is, we're actually not only working with you, but we're actually working with the people that you're inheriting it from and who you may have given it or passed that inherited emotion on to. And it's an inherited emotion in them. So if you have kids, if it came from mom or dad, if it goes all the way up the chain, 20 generations or whatever, you're actually releasing this trapped ball of energy, not only from you, but from everyone that's ever had it. So it's so powerful and so cool. So let's find out who this rejection came from. Give me yes, give me no. Was it from mom? No, it's actually from dad. Give me no. Is it multiple generations? Multiple generations, more than 5. Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? So it's actually 4 generations. So 4 G's. Okay. So give me yes, give me no. So you got this from your dad. Did he get this from his dad? No, his mom. Yes, give me no. Did she get this from her mom? Yes, give me no. Did she get this from her mom? Okay. Your dad was just like the random one out there. Do you need to know anything else about this rejection? No. Okay, so can we release that rejection? Yes, we can. So let's just release this inherited emotion of rejection. Now, we have to do a little bit more work here and do more than 3 swipes. I usually do like 12 or whatever, but 10 is basically with a regular emotion, it's 3. With a inherited emotion, because it's releasing from multiple people simultaneously, all the way up to generations, usually it's about 10 swipes. So let's ask, give me yes, give me a no. Did we release that trapped emotion of rejection? Yes, we did. Good. Yes. Okay. So let's see. Give me a no. So the 7th emotion, give me a no. Is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2 again? Give me a no. Is this one inherited as well? Okay. Give me a no. Is it inherited failure? Inherited helplessness? Inherited hopelessness? Okay. So hopelessness. So hopelessness is like devoid of hope in the sense that you don't think that you think that something's not going to change, or like there's no hope for a situation changing for the better in any way. So let's find out who you got this from. Give me a second. Did you get this from mom? Give me a second. Did you get this from mom this time? Okay. So we know, is it multiple generations? Is it more than 5? Is it 1? Is it 2 generations? So just uh, one of your grandparents. Give me a, so you got this from your mom. Did she get this from her mom? Oh, it's down. It's a lady. it's all the female line there. Do we need to? Does it go any further than that? No. Do we need to know anything else about this hopelessness? No. Can I release it? Yes. Okay, so let's release this inherited emotion of hopelessness. And 10. So give me a note. Did we release that hopelessness? Yes, we did. Good. Okay, so give me the 8th emotion here. Give me a note. Is it in column A? Yes. Give me a note. Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it 4 through 6? Is it row 4? Is it row 5? Give me a note. So it's A5 again. Give me a note. Is this one inherited? No. So give me a note. Is it blaming? Dread, fear, horror, peeved, blaming. Okay, so blaming. When did this blaming? So blaming with that one, typically it's either you're blaming someone else for something, or someone else is blaming you for something where maybe you were like you're getting unrightfully blamed for something. So let's see. So give me a when did that get trapped? Was it before the age of 20, before the age of 15, before the age of 10, before the age of 5? Was it age 5? Was it age 6? So around age 6, I mean, I could see some things. No, I didn't do it. She did it. I don't know. That's kind of what comes to my mind. But let's see. Give me do we need to know anything else about this blaming? No. Can I release it? Yep. So let's just release this trapped emotion of blaming. Good. Give me a no. Did we release that blaming? Yes, we did. Excellent. Wherever my mic or camera is. Give me a no. So we released that blaming. Oh, perfect. Okay. Are there any other trapped emotions that we can release right now contributing to this stomach knot? It says no. So we're not done yet, but what I'm going to get you to do, Jennifer, is I'm just going to get you to stand up, and I'm going to get you to walk around maybe like 20 or 25 steps, just to kind of help integrate things a little bit. And while you do that, I'm just going to check and see if there's any hidden trapped emotions and kind of explain what those are. And then once you're done walking, I just want you to kind of put a number in the group chat. See, has it shifted? Is it still a 7? Is it lower? Is it higher? I don't know. You never know. We're just going to check in with it after you're done walking there. So I'm just going to find out if there's any trapped emotions. So let's see. So give me or hidden emotions. So hidden trapped emotions, they're literally the exact same thing as a regular trapped emotion. It's just that for whatever reason, your subconscious is just like really latched onto them. So it's not going to give them up until we ask the question of, are there any hidden emotions? So once we ask the question, are there hidden emotions? It's almost like your subconscious is like, okay, fine, here they are. So then boom, you find them, and then we can release them. So I'm just going to find out if there are any. So give me a are there any hidden trapped emotions? Yes, there are. Give me a how many? Is it less than, is it less than 5? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4 emotions? Okay, so 2, 3, 4 emotions. Oops. Perfect. Okay, so and I'm just going to keep going there. I know there's a little bit of a delay here too, Jennifer, but just going to quickly ask, after you walked around there a little bit, where would you say the number is? What would the number level of discomfort or pain be for your stomach right now? And then I'm just going to find if there's any. We're going to start going on the first hidden emotions here. So give me no. So are there any hidden emotions? Yes. Okay. So what's the first hidden emotion? Is it in column A? Is it in column B? So column B, is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2 again? Is it row 3? So it's B3. Is this one inherited? Let's give me no. Is it better? So so is it inherited? No. Let's give me no. Is it confusion? Is it defensiveness? Is it grief? Is it self-abuse? Okay. Oh, wow. Perfect. Feeling better. That's awesome. So boom. So as you can see, just by releasing a few trapped emotions, we can already start to see a dramatic improvement. That's so cool. But we're not done yet. But wait, there's more. So let's see what else we can do here. So the self-abuse. So now self-abuse, that it can show up a couple different ways. The first way is it can be like the physical self-abuse where it's like you're at, self-harm and all that kind of stuff, or it could be overworking yourself to some degree. But the other way that it shows up most of the time is beating yourself up mentally. So like just really being really hard on yourself is usually how self-abuse shows up. So let's find out when this showed up. You see, when did this self-abuse show up? Was it before the age of 20? Before the age of 20, before the age of 15, before the age of 10? Was it age 10? Was it age 11? Was it age 12? So age 12 for this guy again. So do we need to know anything else about this self-abuse? No. Can I release it? You bet. So let's release this self-abuse at age 12. Give me yes, give me no. Did we release that self-abuse? Yes. Good. Give me yes, give me no. Okay. So second hidden emotion. Is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3 again? No, it's row 4 through 6. Is it row 4? Is it row 5? So it's B5. Is this one inherited? Yes. Okay. So is it conflict? Is it creative insecurity? Okay. So creative insecurity, this is actually my favorite emotion to release. As if you guys have seen some of my previous videos, you'll know that I talk about this, but creative insecurity is actually my favorite emotion to release because for the sole reason that we are, as people, we're on this planet in order to create something, whatever that is, whether it's the life that we want, a piece of art, a piece of music, and create a beautiful relationship, create a business, create an income, whatever it is. The creative insecurity, it's insecurity specifically to do with the act of creating things. So if we're here designed to create things, but we have insecurity about creation, that could be a little bit of a challenge. Now, the really interesting thing with this one is actually inherited. And one way that we can kind of say what creative insecurity would be is a lot of people relate that to something like writer's block, or you're not inspired to do a piece of artwork or something. But it can also show up in feeling like maybe like you really feel like you don't know how to create an income stream, or you don't know how to create a business, or you don't know how to create a loving relationship, or whatever that is. So, but this was actually inherited, and I'm super excited to release this one for you because this is probably going to be massive for you. So let's see. So give me a screen. So who did you get this creative insecurity from? Was it from was it from mom? Yes. So from mom. Okay. Yes, give me no. Is it multiple generations? Is it more than 5? Is it more than 10? Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 7 generations this time? Okay. Let's see. So give me a screen. So you got this from your mom. Did she get this from her mom, her dad this time? So we know, did he get this from his dad, his mom? Did she get this from her mom? Oops. Yes, did she get this from her mom? Oh, she did. Yes, did she get this from her mom, her dad? Yes, did he get this from, did he get this from his mom? Okay. Is that where it started? Does it go beyond that? Can I release it? Yes. Okay. So let's just release this inherited trapped emotion of creative insecurity. Boom. So give me now. Did we release that creative insecurity? Yes. Okay. So let's see here. So give me so the third emotion, is it in column A? Is it in column B? Perfect. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. And Jennifer, you're an awesome new member of our InsideOUT Institute. So this I think is going to be massive for you in creating the things that you want to create with our program. So it's just going to be unbelievable, and I'm super excited for you. So let's see. So the third emotion here, give me yes, give me no. Is it is it something in column A? Is it something in column A? Is it something in column B? So I'm calling A. Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it 4 through 6? Is it row 4? Is it row 5? So A5 again. Is this one inherited as well? No. So, is it blaming? Is it dread? Is it fear? When did this fear get trapped? Give me no. Was it before the age of? Was it before the age of 20? Before the age of 15? Was it age 15? Age 16? Age 17? So age 18 again. So maybe kind of plays in with that same event as the despair there. Let's see. Do you need to know anything else about this fear? No. Can I release it? Yep. Your subconscious is like, please get that fear out of me. Let's see. Give me no. Did we release that? Yes. Good. So the fourth emotion, give me is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Give me is this inherited? No. Is it effort unreceived, heartache, insecurity, overjoy, vulnerability? So it's effort unreceived. So So effort unreceived, basically the way this what this emotion is it's it's the feeling of, why did I even bother doing that? It's the feeling of, you worked so hard, you've done so many things, you put in a lot of effort, but for whatever reason nothing came back from it, and you're asking yourself the question, why did I even bother doing that? So can happen a lot of different ways, and perfect timing, you betcha. So let's see. When did this effort unreceived get trapped? Give me, ask me, no. Was it before the age? Give me, ask me, no. Before the age of 20? Before the age of 15? Was it age 15? Was it age 16? Was it age 17? Was it age 18? Age 18 again. Man, 18 keeps coming up there. Do we need to know anything else about this effort unreceived? No. Can we release it? Yes. Let's release this effort unreceived. Give me a yes. Give me a no. Did we release it? Yes, we did. Give me a yes. No. Is there any other hidden trapped emotions we can release right now contributing to that stomach discomfort or pain? No. Wicked. Yes, are there any? So now I'm going to ask the question: are there any psychic? Are there any psychic traumas? Yes. Okay. So yes, how many psychic traumas are there? Is it just the one? Give me a yes. Is it just the one psychic trauma? It is. So just to kind of explain what a psychic trauma is, a psychic trauma is it's the same thing as a trapped emotion, sort of, except instead of being, it's the same in that it's a small ball of energy about the size of a baseball to about the size of a small melon, but it's different in the sense that it's almost 2 or 3 different emotions all combined into that same ball of energy. So instead of being just anger or just frustration, it's like a combination of anger and frustration in one little ball that makes a totally different frequency. So we're going to go in and we're going to find out what these emotions are, and yeah, so let's get right in there. So give me a clear yes, give me a clear no. So there's one psychic trauma. Can we find the emotions? Yes, we can. Give me a how many emotions are there? Is it just 2 emotions? Yes, there are. Okay, yes, so the first emotion, is it in column A? Is it in column B? Is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2 again? Give me a so it's B2. Is this an inherited psychic? No. Okay. So is it, yes, is it failure? Is it helplessness? Is it hopelessness? Is it lack of control? Low self-esteem? Wow. There we go. It's low self-esteem. And what else is this combined with? What's the other thing here? So, is it is it something in column A? Yes, is it rows 1 through 3? Is it row 1? Is it row 2? Yes, is it anxiety? Is it despair? Is it anxiety? Is it despair? Is it disgust? So it's low self-esteem and disgust. Okay, so let's find out when that came about. Give me was it before the age of, was it before the age of 20, before the age of 15, before the age of 10? Was it age 10? Was it age 11, age 12, age 13 for this guy? I don't know if that rings a bell for you, Jennifer. If it does, feel free to just say like a little yes or no, whatever you feel. But the cool thing is, give me no. Do we need to know anything else about that? We don't. Can I release it? Yes, I can. So let's just release this psychic trauma of low self-esteem and disgust. Yes, did we release that? Yes. Okay. Give us, are there any other psychic traumas that we can release right now contributing to that stomach discomfort? No. Okay. Yes, give me no. Jennifer, are you still open to healing? Yes, are you still open to healing? No, you're not actually. That's pretty much all we can do for today, which is okay. But what I'd like you to do again, oh, perfect. So it makes sense again. Awesome. Very, very cool. So what I want you to do again is I just want you to stand up and then go walk around again another, I'd say like 20 steps. And then after those 20 steps, just give us a little number as to where that pain is now, where that discomfort level is. Is it still a 3? Is it higher? Is it lower? Is it, let us know kind of how you're feeling as well. But aside from that, guys, that right there is an emotion coach session. So it's super, super exciting to be able to see how, what do we release here? About, I guess, 12, 13, 14-ish emotions can actually contribute to something that she's had for literally years. So, she might experience an echo a little bit later, of a couple of the same symptoms or whatever it is. But, rather than running to the cabinet for the latest ibuprofen or Tylenol or pharmacy pharmaceutical drug, if we can start to do things like this, where we can just release a couple emotions, wag a magnet over my head, and have things kind of completely diminish or almost entirely diminish. Like, look at this, boom. She's saying it's a 2. So it started off at a 7, and we were able to drop it by 5 points within the span of about half an hour by releasing about 13, 14 different emotions, which is really, really cool. So that's absolutely amazing. And now what's really interesting too is there's always a treatment time, and then there's a healing time. Now, treatment time, we can see some really intense things where it's like, boom, you can go from a 7 to a 2. Amazing stuff. I've seen other stuff where it goes from like an 8 to a 1 or a 0. Amazing stuff there. But then other times, if there's a little bit left, what can happen is, because if for whatever reason your body isn't healing properly, there's something blocking it from doing the natural ability of healing itself. Because if we get a cut, we get a cut on our finger or something like that, our body already innately knows exactly what to do to repair that cut. But if for whatever reason that's not taking place, or something's not fixing itself because of that innate intelligence, it just goes to show that there's some sort of imbalance or something blocking it from doing that. So, doing this treatment here, maybe that treatment time is like, okay, we get it from a 7 down to a 2, but then now maybe that last little bit of a 2, maybe there's a little bit of the healing time that needs to happen, where her body goes through a little bit of processing. And one thing I'm actually going to do for you, Jennifer, is I'm just going to quickly do this. I'm going to program you to process easily, effectively, efficiently, and peacefully. So, because every once in a while, sometimes I would say about 1 in 5, or about less than 20% of people, but what can happen is you can kind of go through this emotionally over the next, because we're dealing with some very emotional things, and energies and stuff like that, you might feel a little bit of up and down emotionally. But what I just did programming there, that should hopefully smooth out that curve a little bit, so they aren't as intense. And watching the thing with Emmanuel the other day, or the Zoom call we had with Emmanuel last on Wednesday, he should be able to he explained how to kind of deal with that as well. So, and awesome, I'm so happy, like yeah, absolutely you did. But I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for coming on here today. I really, really appreciate it. And I really hope that we were able to create some awesome healing for you today. So yeah, let me know how that feels later on. And everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and checking this out. And if you know someone that has any kind of physical pain, like a stomach pains you've had for years, chronic back pain, chronic leg pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, back pain, whatever, let me know. Send me an email, send me a message on Facebook, comment on this video. What's really great is if you share this with your friends, because what we're doing is we're giving the gift of healing. And maybe I don't know the person that needs to get healed, but maybe you do. And if you're the connection there that kind of brings that closer, it'd be really great to be able to spread the word of this incredible work. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. And on top of that, in the description as well, lately I've been doing something called the InsideOUT Institute, and I'm actually a founding member of the InsideOUT Institute, along with Jennifer as well as Cheryl. So we're all founding members of this amazing institute, where we're bringing together the conscious brain and the subconscious brain with transformational leadership coaching, as well as subconscious removal of emotional baggage. And we're combining the two into one unique coaching outlet, where people can come in. They can come in as someone who wants to be a coach or be a practitioner, or just someone that wants to just increase their life and improve their life in every way possible. And they can come in here, they can get the healing, they can get the transformational leadership coaching that they need and deserve. And we can really help them get to an awesome place where they want to go. So if you're interested in that, I linked the description, or I linked everything in the description as well. You can check out the big vision. You can check out the latest publication that we've been in. You can check out the website that we're developing. And what's cool is we actually launched this in COVID. So amazing stuff. So thank you so much for joining here today. And thank you so much for all the positivity and all the awesomeness. So with that, I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic evening, and we'll talk to you next week.